controls. So what you want to do is go into Visual Studio. If you don't have that installed, go back to my first video on how to install Visual Studios. Now if we can find it here, there we go. So you want to open that up. Yeah, we know. Yeah. You want to go to New Project. You want to go to Windows. Make sure Windows Store is clicked here, and we're coding in C#. So if you know C#, that's good. You want to click blank app, not grid split or any of this stuff. Just blank app. You want to make it blank app, and we're gonna call it navigation. You want to click OK. Now it's gonna build the project, which is gonna take a while. So I'll maybe pause the video. Okay, so when it's done creating a project, you'll see this. You want to exit out of here because we don't really need to know what those are or what that is for now. Now when you create a new page, we made a base. What did we create before? I think we created a blank app or blank page or something like that. So when you choose that, it creates a main page for you here. You want to click that and open it up. Now while it's loading the designer, I want you to click this arrow here. What you'll notice is this says main page.xaml, and it also says main page.xaml.cs. CS is really C#, and what that means is the first one is hold on, now look, it'll make more sense once this thing is done loading. Okay, I believe it's done. Okay. Now notice when you click this, it takes you to all code and not an interface like this. That's because whenever something is ending with an extension of XAML, that means that's the thing the user is going to see when this page is navigated onto. So we can drop a control in here. Let's go down here and not that all controls. We are going to drop a button in here. Now we can also create a button by using coding, but it's easier to drop one in when you can find it. There we go. Now we have a button in here. This is what the button is on the main page.x. I'm gonna call it X from now. Main page.x extension. So this is what the user sees when this page is navigated onto. The main page.x.cs is called a code behind, and it's really what it says. You know what the name is. It's the code behind this page. So basically the code that makes this page run the way it should run. And you can do anything behind. You can do anything in the code behind. You can change the color of a button. You can change the text this button has in the code behind. In fact, we're going to do it right now. I want you to go back to your button, and I want you to go down here. Actually, I want you to go go here, go down to text. Well, we don't need to configure our text for now. Go down to miscellaneous. Where is it? Screw it. Just screw it. Just go back here and type capital T E X T equals. Sorry. I'm just messing up right now. Button doesn't have a text. It has a content property, so you want to type capital C O. So if you see content here, click it, and now we can change the content of our button. We can call it change text. Yep, that's right. Now we're gonna view the code. set more than twice. Sorry, it's already over here, so we're gonna change it. What's going on? Oh, sorry. So we're gonna change it to change text. We're gonna drag this down here. Oops. We're gonna drag this down here. We're gonna go back up. We're gonna go back to our toolbox and drop in a text block, which should be in a tease. We're gonna call it. Now we're gonna go back to here. We're gonna look. We wanna make sure the text block is highlighted and go to text and click and change it to you have not clicked the button. Now that's the text. We're gonna set the font size. You can do it here, or you can go down here to text, and we're gonna change the font size to 24. And we're gonna go here. I want you to double click on the change text. Just double click. Okay, not that. Make sure change text is highlighted. You want to go down to the lightning place. You want to click. You want to go to the click place here, and we're gonna type in change text. Okay. You want to press enter. So now we have this. So this is what. So now inside here, you want to go. Actually, we have to go back here to the text block, and we're gonna name it. Before you can reference controls in your project, you need to name them first. We're gonna name, or else the program won't know what you're talking about. We're gonna name it text B, and we're gonna go back to our C# page, the code behind, and that's where our method was made. We're gonna start typing text B dot its property, which is a text property, equals you click it. You click it, and we're gonna end it with a semicolon. But you should already know that because these tutorials require you to have proper prior knowledge in programming. We're gonna run this app now. It'll take a while. Now you want to go ahead and click change text, and there we go, you clicked it. So that's how you can change the control items in your on your pages in code behind, and that's what you're gonna do most of the time. So that's how you reference items. Now we're gonna talk about events. I want you to go back to your designer, and I want you to click on change text, and I want you to click the lightning icon there. These are all the events a button can have. Remember, our change text is really a button. So these are all the events a button can have. It can be clicked, it can be double tap, drag, enter, drag, leave, and when it's being holded, like when the mouse is on it, but the person isn't releasing the mouse button. And events are what fires off when these are done to the control. Before we said that when we ran our app, we said when clicked, we want the program to run this method called change text clicked. And if you go back to the code behind for that page, this method change text clicked, whenever the somebody clicks on that button, it runs the method here, which tells the app that you want to go to the text B block, get its text property, and change it to you click it, which you saw when you ran the app. So these are what events are, and this is where they're located in Visual Studio for each control. If you go to the text block control, it has its own events too, like when it's double tapped and one key up or one key down. We're gonna go back to the change text now, and you can see it has a bunch of events that can happen when it's tapped, when the size of it is changed, and when it's right tapped, you can have it do something else. We're gonna do page navigation now. So we're gonna go to project, add a class, blank page again, not basic or anything, just blank. We're gonna call it page 2. We're gonna add it. This will also take a while. Now, when you have page 2 open, you want to go to Toolbox and you want to drag a text block in there. Once again, we're gonna call this. For this text block, we want its text property to be. We want it to say page. Welcome to page 2. Welcome. Now we want to go back to the wrench icon while the text block is highlighted, and we're going to change. We want to go back to text, and we're going to change the size to 20. Why not? And you can change the color too if you want. You can go to brush and foreground color to red. No, that's not. Yellow or light green. And that seems about right. We're gonna go back to text and make it a bit bigger. 48. Yeah, that's good. We're gonna move this back so we can see everything. We want to add another button, so you want to go back to button. You want to find a button in here. Button. It should be up here. Yeah. We're gonna drag it here, and and it's content, meaning what it shows, to be back. You want to type back in there. And now, make sure the button is highlighted. We want this button to say, in this click event, we want it to, when this button is clicked, we want it to run this method, go back. Now when you type a method and a name in there, Visual Studio creates the method automatically, so you don't have to do it yourself. Because you could go into the code behind for page 2 and type it in yourself. The reason it's already here is because when I typed it in here, whenever you exit this box, Visual Studio creates it automatically. So it's created over here. You could always create it, like we can make this G capital and then go to page 2 and be like, oh, when the button is clicked, we want it to go to this method, the one that has a capital G and not the one we had before, and it'll run that method. And this method, we're gonna go down, we're gonna make some space. In this method, we're gonna do some navigation code. Now I have the code here, and I'll post it in the comments below. You don't need to have this code memorized. In fact, even I don't have it memorized. As long as you know what it's doing, and if you can follow what it's doing programmatically. I don't know if that's the word. I don't think so, but if you know how to follow what it's doing by using your programming knowledge, then yeah, you're fine. You don't have to have this memorized. Now what this does is it gets the current frame the app is in, and it navigates to a page of our choice. We're gonna navigate to the main page. We're gonna call it, so we're gonna start typing main page, it'll show up here, and you want to click it. We're done with everything here, so we're going to close this off. Yes, we want to save. Close the page too. Yes, we want to save. Now we're back on the designer for the main page. We want to drag another button in here. The content for this button is next page, and then we're gonna change the color also. We're gonna change the background to red. Yeah, that looks fine. Now you want to go back to the lightning icon here. Make sure the button is highlighted, and you want to. Now, whenever this is clicked, we're gonna create a new method that we wanted to run. When this is clicked, we wanted to, or maybe when it's tapped. They do the same thing. Click and tap do the same thing. Then we wanted to. There are minor differences, but essentially they do the same thing. We wanted when it's tapped, we wanted to go forward. Sorry. So you want to press enter. Now inside this code, we're gonna again copy and paste the navigation code, and instead of show page here, we're gonna type in page 2. And now we have everything ready. We're gonna run our app again. And now you'll see that we have another button here, the one we just created, and when we press our next page, it navigates to the second page. And that's how you do page navigation in Windows 8 apps. And when we go back, it goes back to the first page. Wow, this is really fun. So we covered navigation and events and a little bit with coloring your controls. What else did we do? We covered methods, or not really, but something like that. Well, take care, and if you have any questions, just leave it in a comment or email me.